Hello everyone and welcome to the next sports science video. Today I'm going to be talking about a training day nutrition guide. So first things first, you need to be making sure you have 3 meals a day. So this might sound really simple, but some people will skip certain meals due to timing. So for example, swimming training, either first thing in the morning or in the evening, it can be hard sometimes to fit breakfast in, fit a proper tea in. So, as I said, really important, make sure you're having 3 proper meals a day. The main meals are what are going to provide the most amount of energy to you. And obviously, when you're training, you need a lot of energy to train well. If you don't have the energy, you just can't put the effort in. And then when it comes to competitions later down the line, because your training sessions haven't been as good, it could affect your competition performance. So that's why you need to make sure you're having 3 main meals a day, get all your energy on board, go have a really good training session, and then when it comes to competition, you'll have a better chance of success. As I mentioned in one of my first videos on healthy eating, your meals should be made up of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Carbohydrates should make up about 50 to 55% of your meal. So again, this is pasta, bread, rice, potatoes. Also, your veg and fruit counts towards carbohydrates. Protein, 30 to 35% of your meal. So this is meats, poultry, fish, meat alternatives. And then also fats, which should make up 10 to 15%. So this is things like cold pressed oils, so olive oil, nuts, seeds, and also this can cross over with the other categories. So, for example, if you had oily fish for your protein, that will also count towards your fats. The reason why you need your main meals to be, as I said, a higher proportion of carbs and protein is the carbohydrates are what provide you with that energy. So as I said, before your training session, you need that energy to perform well. The protein then helps to repair your muscles. Every time you exercise, your muscles become damaged. This is completely normal. It's meant to happen because they then rebuild themselves, become bigger and stronger. So you need to make sure you're having protein, as I said, to repair the damaged muscles and then reduce your injury risk as a result. In terms of your 3 main meals, so breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's often seen that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Some people might have different views on this, but this is often what is said. The reason why is that having breakfast, it kickstarts your day, it gives you the energy to go ahead throughout the day, for the rest of the day. It's also been shown that having a proper breakfast can help prevent snacking later on in the day. And people who don't have breakfast will often go and eat more high sugar, high fat foods later on in the day because they've been missing that energy. So do try and have breakfast at the start of every day. As I said, keep your energy levels topped up. Obviously, fill you up because you haven't eaten since the night before. That can, be sometimes 8 hours without food, and it will prevent unhealthy snacking later on. I understand it can be hard to fit breakfast in. Some of you guys are up at very early hours, like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning for morning training. So I get that either it's hard to prepare breakfast or the swimmers might just not be hungry for breakfast. However, do try and have something, even if it is really small. So, for example, having a banana, maybe having a glass of milk. If you can have it, a bowl of cereal, some toast, just something really small. So at least you've had something so you're not going into the pool on empty tummy and without any energy. So do just try and have something really small in the car, something which will take a minute to eat, just so you've had something. Next thing is snacks. Again, they just help to give you that little energy boost. So before your session and also after your session, I know especially for National Performance Squad, a lot of them will do the pool session and then they'll move on and do a land session with Jordan. And so it's important to fuel between those sessions, again, just to keep your energy up and help to start that repairing process in your muscles. A tip, so also building on last week's talk, is that to try and prepare your snacks in advance. So, for example, if you've got the time, make your own granola bars, make up your own trail mix, so a bit of nuts, seeds, then have cereal bars. So there are healthier bars out there. So, for example, Belvita bars are quite good, Nature Valley bars. These are ones that provide quite good nutrients without too much added sugar. Obviously, do check the packaging to make sure they're not full of sugar though. Other good snacks are milkshakes. So we do have a cooler in the office. So if athletes do bring in milkshakes, they can put them away and keep them cold. So these are quite good snacks. As I said, prepare in advance, put them in your bag, and they'll give really good boost of energy and help repair your muscles. It's also good to bring your own snacks because we see a lot of swimmers go to Starbucks. As I said, it can be easier just to, straight from school, come up, go to Starbucks, get a snack, rather than prepare your own the night before. However, the ones in Starbucks are often full of fat, sugar, and added salt. And obviously, as athletes, you don't want to be having the wrong kind of fuel. You want it to be proper, nutritious food. So do try and avoid going to Starbucks, and also the vending machines for that matter, for your snacks. Try and bring your own, as I say, either homemade or healthier options from the shops. Also, in terms of snacking, it's good to actually have an evening snack. So a lot of people have been told, because it's been on in articles and TV programs, that evening snacking is bad and it will lead to weight gain. This hasn't been proven. There's a lot of studies out there that show there's actually no effect of eating late at night, as long as it's not a big meal. If you're having a massive meal right before bed, that's when there can be some issues arise. However, if it is just a snack, it's actually really beneficial, especially for you guys as swimmers. You need that extra boost basically to help your body repair and get ready for training again. So for example, you've come in from evening training and then you've got training again in the morning. Some of you might be really tired, but do try and just fit, as I said, even a small snack in just before bed, and try and get this snack to be made up of protein and carbohydrates. This again, the carbohydrates help replenish your energy stores, which have just been basically wiped out from training. And then the protein again will help rebuild and repair your muscles whilst you sleep. So some good snack examples can be peanut butter on toast, a banana, cereal with milk, again, a banana milkshake. These sort of things, they've got the carbohydrates, they've got the sugars, and then they've also got some proteins. You're just getting that really good combo of helping your body repair itself overnight. So then when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to go again, and your body's had the best chance of recovering. Final thing is hydration. So I have touched on this again in other videos. However, it's so important that we just need to keep getting that message out there. So it's, as I said, it's essential you stay hydrated, even more so as athletes, because dehydration can lead to fatigue, it can lead to dizziness, loss of concentration, to name a few. And these will all obviously negatively affect your performance in training. And as I said, if you can't train to the best of your ability, when it comes to competitions later down the line, you might not have the best chance, because your training, you haven't been able to get the most out of it. In terms of hydration, they recommend to try and get 500 millilitres of fluid 1 to 2 hours before your training session starts. Again, in the morning, this can be hard, so just try and get, even if it's just 1 glass of water, just try and get something on board. However, if it's evening training, then do make sure you've been drinking throughout the day so you're not turning up dehydrated. Then during training, again, small sips. When you get the chance to have a break at the edge of the pool, make sure you're having sips of your water, or squash, whatever you've brought with you. I know some athletes do struggle with this and say it makes them feel ill, and completely get that, but do just try and have, as I said, a small sip now and then, because it will help to keep you hydrated, because doing exercise you will be sweating, so you need to keep replenishing those lost fluids. Once you finish your training session, 500 millilitres to a litre, sometimes even more, depending on your body size and how much you have been sweating. So try and consume that once you finish training. As I've said before, quite a good way to tell if you're hydrated is just to look at the colour of your wee. If it's really dark, it means you're dehydrated. You kind of want a straw-coloured, light-coloured wee, and that's when you know you're at the right hydration level, because it will be different for everyone. Some good drink choices, obviously water, that's probably the most obvious choice. Squash is also fine, and homemade sports drinks. So a lot of people will buy kind of Lucasade, Gatorade, all these kind of sports drinks. Yes, they are good, but they're also pumped full of sugar as well, which obviously in large quantities isn't going to be good for you. So to make your own homemade sports drink, it's actually very simple. You simply mix squash with water and add a tiny sprinkle of salt. And it's as simple as that. And that will help to replenish electrolytes that are lost during sweat. It basically keeps the balance within your body. It keeps that balance. And obviously making your own sports drink, you don't get all that sugar added in. You can do it to your taste. It's also a lot cheaper. So those drink options are, as I said, really good to bring into the pool, have them before, have them on the pool side. They're all good to go. In terms of afterwards, again, water, squash, your own sports drinks, they're all really good choices. Milk's also been shown to rehydrate you really well. Again, it's got salts and sugars, so these electrolytes. And again, it will just keep that balance in your body and help to hydrate you really quickly. So those are just a few of the tips for training day nutrition. If you want any more in-depth detail on nutrition, I'd recommend watching the healthy eating video from the first week again. That just kind of goes into a bit more detail on overall nutrition, because what I've talked about today is just kind of what you really want to focus on for a training day. So as I said, if you want any more information, go back, watch those videos, and you'll get the wider picture of day-to-day nutrition. Again, if any of you have any questions or any comments you'd like to add, please feel free to comment on this video or send an email to gcscquestions@gmail.com. Please tune in again on Monday for Ellen's next video, and I'll be back next Wednesday. Thanks for watching.